started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Using his legs, it's Gage. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and this crowd getting even more juice. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, when you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Oh, maybe a double pass. Here's a heat. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. From the gun, running back gets the give. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Then he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play. Creates a little space. There he goes. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking for room, it's Berry. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Maybe didn't have the defense they expected, and they'll call a timeout here on 4th and 1. They burned a couple early, now down to just one timeout to work with. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Throwing Russell. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway. Big play for this defense. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Lowers those pads. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Tide ready to roll on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Making side adjustments here. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Looks like Alabama will pick up the 1st down. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically The visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Matt, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll try the left side. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. A little screen to the running back. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Good, right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the 2nd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Russell. Makes the grab. It's Scott. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. To the air on 1st down. Got him downfield. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. That's the first score today for the nation's leader in receiving touchdowns.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on third down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. This third down a little longer after that penalty. To the air, it's Levin. Rushes on him. He lofts one down the sideline. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Keelan Russell. Grabbed over the middle. It's Butler. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll have some touchdown, Crimson Tide. Setting up for the extra point, then we'll put them on top.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He'll take it himself. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Before they snap the ball on second down, timeout is called. And now they'll have to go the rest of the half with no timeouts remaining. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw, it's Levin. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's got the tight end, and he's dragged down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Blasted as he lets it go. Wilson's got it. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Handoff from the gun. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Let's talk about Alabama. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. And with that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Takes the handoff. It's Gage. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line them. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your line.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They give it to him again. Finding some room. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air, it's Levin. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Going to the ground. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Alabama quickly back to the line. They go play action with Russell. Oh, they're after him. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And I think this offensive coordinator is going to be frustrated with his quarterback. You got the lead. You want to get more points. You want to be aggressive. But you cannot put the ball in harm's way near midfield. Now you've given the defense a chance to now go score points and maybe take the lead in this football game.
Under fire. Pulls it in with one hand. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. Let's start with Texas, taking on the number 4 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Longhorns coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. The result today gets them back to 500. It's something they harped on in practice all week, and they will celebrate this one for at least 24 hours. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Here's the pressure. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And this just hasn't been his day, man. He's already thrown some interceptions and leaving the ball short, like just not getting to his receiver. He's got to do something to change the mojo up, because right now he's not playing well, and at this rate, he might be going to the pine.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about it.
Might be changing the route. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but
look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Russell will throw for it on 4th. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
From the gun, the running back has it. Got enough for the 1st. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
They'll give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Russell on play action. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. Touchdown time! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And he puts through the extra point. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tigers sending out their offense, ready to get this drive started. Looking for a gap. It's Berry. He breaks a tackle. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They go right back to him. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They punt it away on 4th down. He'll return it from the 50. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Throwing Russell. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. It's caught downfield. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Alabama hit him with a big pass play. Will they keep slinging it? They go play action with Russell. Pressure coming. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And quite simply put, you don't see that happen very often against him. He is one of not just the best quarterbacks in the game, he's one of the best players in the game. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate that oftentimes doesn't make mistakes like that. He should have thrown that football away. He decided to try and do too much. And
what a job to lay out and make the catch. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why this quarterback's had a day. Guys making plays all over the field.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. trying play action. They're working that left side. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll send the back in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that one early.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Finds a man on the right, and they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Tigers are marching down the field. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Got his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On the ground, it's Berry. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. Third and goal. The give. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Tigers. Now they'll try to get the 2 and make it a 3-point game late. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Pocket breaking down. Pulls it in down the sideline. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Bama! All into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
That's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I'll tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on it and more attention to it.
Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the fourth quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
He'll try to do it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe two, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On fourth down, going to the air. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Running inside. It's Berry. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not...
Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Alabama! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Dropping back, it's Levitt. He's going to fire deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
And the defense is good with that. Get pressure on the quarterback. Get him outside the pocket. You know it's a passing situation. Play half the field now. This defense is in a good spot, and you can tell they're ready to rush this quarterback.
Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his second interception of the game. Instead, it's fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And here's the third interception of the night. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Soft spot in the middle. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the pummeling has started. They've extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
Salt enter wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Hit as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. So now it's second and long. Dropping back, it's Levin. Makes the grab, it's Thomas.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His fourth interception. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
Hey, easy. 180 Hurricane. 180 Hurricane. 180 Hut.
Russell on play action. Bringing the heat. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Russell gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play.
You can clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Here on third down for this offense. He might want another play. Russell from the gun on third down. Looking for a huge play. Pass is batted down, knocked away, incomplete, and this linebacker in pass coverage is up to the task.
And the defense gets the big third down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Levitt. Moves around to clear up the vision. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. Throwing right. That's caught. It's Thomas. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Defense in press coverage.
Escape! Wilson! Hey! Wilson!
Looking to throw on first down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Behind the chains now on second and long.
Eagle! Straight on the end!
He wants to throw it again. Fires to the middle. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Throws for the tight end. And it's his 4th interception of the game.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially in these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Finds a man in the middle. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. LSU quick to the line. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Quickly complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. LSU lining up first and goal. Tight end now in motion. Quarterback keeps it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Back to pass. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Looking for the touchdown on third and goal. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on fourth down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to adjust the pattern. Keelan Russell. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Wants to throw. It's Russell. He's going for a big play downfield. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber.